You ever wondered what life is like? Does life go in a straight line? Or is it a series of valleys and hills, or like a roller coaster going up and down? My topic today is pretty straightforward. It's basically life does not go in a straight line. It is a journey of ups and downs. How you recover and push forward will determine your success or lack of. So, what do I mean? Well, bottom line in life, nothing goes straight. Nothing is straight like a ruler or straight like a line. It goes up and down. Our lives pivot, our lives change, our lives go good, our lives go bad. What determines your success, though, is how do you recover? Or the lack of your success is based on your recovery. So, yes, we all have terrible things that happen in our lives. Yes, we go up and yes, we go down. But what do you do to recover? How long do you sit in misery of the problems or challenges that you're facing? Yes, I am very cognizant that some things are very traumatic and take a long time for people to recover from. But while you're in that recovery phase, what are you doing to ensure that that recovery phase is smaller, not larger? And sometimes, again, I've talked about this a lot lately, it's what we associate with. What do we associate with when it comes to people? Or what are we listening to? What are we watching? What are we doing? I know myself, when I've been extremely sad or depressed, I found myself in the past listening to sad and depressing music or watching sad and depressing movies or shows. And I had to get out of that funk. How did I manage to do that? Well, I had somebody mention it to me. It could have been something I listened to or read or somebody that told me, but I do remember distinctly being told, what you associate when you're trying to recover from that valley that you're in, that bottom of the roller coaster before you go back up, is so important. What you're listening to, who you're listening to is important. So I started becoming more, I'd say, aware of what exactly it was that I was doing. Does it mean that I immediately snapped out of my funk? Absolutely not. I'm not a magician, don't claim to be one. I'm just a normal person, normal human being that's trying to be the best version of myself and trying to do things to pivot so that when I do have those roller coaster ride moments where life has handed me a pile of crap, I learn how to hydroplane above it quicker than later, right? So learn to hydroplane above the crap that life's dealing you, right? How do you do that? Again, there's no perfect recipe or formula. It does involve you having to be self-aware of the state of mind that you're in. And what are you going to do to change that state of mind, right? So, the lack of success or the success that we can have in our life is based on and dependent on what we're feeding in between our 6 inches between our ears and what we're feeding into our heart. So it is so imperative that you and I both are self-aware of the fact that life is not perfect. We're going to get handed some lemons, like they say, and you better be learning how to make some lemonade, something that's going to quench your thirst. And in regards to quenching, I'm talking specifically quenching your mind, quenching your emotional state, where you're at, how you're feeling at that specific moment. Embrace it. And it's okay if it takes you days, if it takes you weeks, depending on the trauma that you're experiencing. I'll tell you right now, the easiest way to get through it is to associate with people that are going to help lift you up, that are going to be there for you when you need it, when you're listening to the right things, when you're listening to the right people, right? It makes it easier. Life becomes easier when you have a support network or a tribe or what some people call a team behind you. So I encourage you to do whatever it takes to ensure that when you're going through the hills and valleys of life, that you have the tools and the people around you to ensure that you can get out of that valley, get up to the top of the roller coaster instead of being in the bottom, stuck at the bottom, and life will be that much easier to live. And why do I talk to you about all this stuff? Because I give a heck. I so appreciate those of you that have been following me now. I think we're on day 148 of my live videos. I really appreciate the comments I get from people, the likes. just the appreciation. And, feel free to drop me comments about things you'd like me to talk about, especially if you know my life or you know things that I've experienced. Maybe I can help you through some of those hills and valleys. And again, it's not because I'm perfect. It's just that sometimes in life, I'm here in the journey, you're here, and I'm just moving a little bit farther, quicker, ahead. And it's just because where I'm at in my life. It doesn't mean that I'm better off. It just means that maybe I have some more knowledge because of the mistakes that I chose to turn into life lessons, which I chose to turn into more wisdom, which maybe can help you through the hills and valleys of your life. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. God bless and peace out. Hey, Skylar, how you doing, brother?